Hey everyone, Patrick here from Smart Tech Gadgets. In this video, I will be unboxing the Hivemapper B LTE dashcam, sharing my thoughts and opinion about it, and showing you how to set it up. Now this is one of the earlier 3D printed versions of the B. I'm very excited to show you what it looks like. Let's get started.
So let's take a closer look at the packaging. The box is made out of a thin cardboard. It looks to be a very simple design, with a B logo on each side, an image of the B on the top, domain address on the bottom. There's a lot of empty space on the sides where some basic information would have been nice, or even some artwork of the app, list of contents, etc. There are two different color boxes here that are possibly marked for future use, maybe barcoding or other variable information. It looks like there are some sort of lines on the white areas that appear to be a map. It's very faint, just about visible. Would look pretty cool if it was slightly darker. You can probably see them better on the front side, where you can see some main roads on the right and some thinner ones on the left. Overall, you can tell that a lot more effort has been put into designing this box compared to the previous models. Inside we will see some basic information, starting with a QR code that takes us to the onboarding instructions. Here you'll find instructions on how to install a B, with some images of what's included section, which I think would be handy to have on the box to see what should be inside. And help identify some of the individual bits. For the rest of the part, we're going to come back to this a bit later, but first let's take a look at the accessories and the individual parts. Starting with the safety manual that is written in 5 different languages, we have the same design as we've seen on the box and contact information on the back. There are a lot of do nots in here to prevent accidental damage to the device, standard operating temperatures, multiple warnings and so on. So everyone should read it at least once, just to be safe. Next we have the SIM cover with 2 small screws. One side of the screw hole in the cover is slotted, so that the screw will be flush with the cover, not the most visible over the camera. And we have 2 around M2.5 screws to hold it in place. Then we have the mounting bracket, a couple of Allen keys, which are 2 different sizes, 3 screws, and the mounting bracket, which is magnetic. The power supply for the device comes with a 2-meter hardwired cable, has a USB-A and a USB-C port. The input DC voltage rating is 12 or 24 volts, and it is a power delivery power supply. The cable is nice and long, allowing for better cable management, and the universal Type-C that connects to the B. Last but not least, we have the B. First thing you will notice is the bulge on the top, which houses the GNSS antenna. We can see that the print has a very nice textured finish to it. You can see the stereo depth cameras and the main one in the middle. Compared to the HTCS model, on this one only the sensors have a lens cover. On the bottom side, you'll see a nice B design and the heatsink underneath, which covers the whole surface. It has two USB ports, one for data to keep footage on your USB drive, and the other one for power, which is clearly marked. The SIM slot, you can see the SIM shape indented, indicating the orientation it should be inserted, and the B logo indented on the back side. It has three LEDs, one indicating GPS, the other one the LTE status, and one red in between the USB ports, feedback for power. There are two mount positions, one on the top and one on the bottom. The device weighs 463 grams, which is nearly twice as heavy as the HTC, but altogether it doesn't feel that heavy. Going back to the docks, we must take note that the approved mount positions are forward facing only, so for the B, side mounts are no longer permitted. Now, next thing we notice is the GNSS antenna is oriented differently than what we saw. This is actually the final position of the GNSS antenna. This has been changed to make the manufacturing process much smoother and easier. Now, the assembly instructions tell you to use the two small screws for the bracket first. I personally suggest inserting the big one in the middle first, because the magnetic mount bracket is threaded, so you can thread the screw through the bracket first and then it will move through freely. You can loosely tighten up the screw and then insert the two smaller screws and then tighten them all up afterwards. We can see that SIM cover is on here, which is not actually showing us how to insert it. The suction cup mount is quite easy to understand how to put it on. However, for the first attempt, it's quite hard to wedge these pins in between the slots. And just put the screw in and the mount will move freely. Locate the SIM slot at the back, insert the SIM card with the metal part facing upwards. Now it's hard to push in for it to click. You can use the SIM cover to press it in. Then place the SIM cover with the slotted parts facing upwards and put the two screws in. Find the desired location for you to mount the B. Press the suction cup mount hard against the glass and clip on the mount. Make sure to avoid any dotted areas, as the suction cup won't stick to it properly and the B might fall off. Next, insert the power supply and locate the power USB-C port on the bottom of the B. Insert the USB-C cable and you will see the red light appear. Now, if the red light isn't solid, refer to the power up manual on the docks to help diagnose your faults. After about 1 minute, we should see the lights appear. I have two solid blue lights, meaning everything's working fine. In the first 5 minutes, the B will try to establish a LTE connection. However, if it fails, the right LED will turn white and the B will turn into Wi-Fi only mode. Now for this, you would have to connect the B Maps app to download the data and then upload it through your Wi-Fi connection or cellular data connection. Next thing we want to do is check our mount. We want the bee to be leveled, and we don't want too much sky or any part of the car interior to be visible within the box. For this, we might have to go back and forth, left and right, and adjust it accordingly. The image takes a few seconds to update, so make sure you give it enough time between adjustments. Don't forget to check your tilt, make sure that the horizon is in between the two white lines. Switch between clarity and tilt after making adjustments to make sure you still meet the requirements. In the meantime, a new firmware has been downloaded. If you're connected through Wi-Fi, you can transfer the file to the bee automatically by connecting to it. If you are connected through LTE, it will automatically download the files and update the firmware. This may take a while depending on the file size. Once the installation is complete, you'll get a pop-up notification and the dashcam will reboot. Reconnect to the dashcam and confirm that the most recent firmware has been installed. Explore the rest of the app. You can set your desired map theme and trip trimming in the privacy settings. You are all set and ready to drive. If you have any questions, check out the Hivemapper docs or join the Discord server and ask the community.